One cloudy year, I thought I'm gonna go catch myself a fish in nature. And I went to the local fisherman's store. I did not know what to buy, so I bought the cheapest spinning rod that I found in the store because I was younger and did not know how to find the information what to catch a fish with. So I just asked the cashier, can you give me as a beginner a rod that I could catch my first fish with? And the cashier said, yeah, it is this, it is that, but I recommend this one. And it was a spinning rod for beginners that was nothing hardcore. It was meant for small fishes, not for trophies. And it was very easy to control. So I still learned from my grandfather a couple of secrets, how to begin everything, how to do the fisherman knots and all that. I also bought a kit of spoons, spinners, that I had no idea which to choose at the time and why a different color matters when fishing underwater. But it took me not long to find out that in specific lakes, fish prefer specific colors. And that was my first successful attempt in fishing that I will talk about. So, I went to buy a fishing license ticket so I could fish legally. And I looked on Google Maps a suitable lake that would not be too far away to drive by car and try fishing inside. I did not know about any kind of backstory, just look at the map and chose I'm gonna drive here. So I drove to this lake. It was very hard to drive close to it because there was no proper road to it, and it was around farmers' land where the ground was rough, where big tractors had deformed the ground, and even walking by it was a challenge to do so. But I went to that lake. There were many openings to choose from, but I just chose the first path that brought my eyes attention. And there were a lot of trees in there, so I passed through the trees. There were apples everywhere, and I found the beginning of the lake. So at first, I thought, man, I never seen a lake with so many apples around it. It was autumn, and it was a very cloudy day, a little bit not that hot, a little bit colder, but the wind was very weak, not that much that you could notice when fishing alone outside. And I put my grandfather's fisherman suit on, like those legs that you can go inside the water to waist level and not get wet. There are special boots that are fused with pants material also. I went to the water. I pour on a bronze colored spoon. I tried throwing it a couple of times. Of course, nothing got on my rod. Not yet. Did not catch anything with the bronze color. But I did not give up at that moment. tried walking deeper into the water. I tried different areas, different corners of the lake. And eventually I lost my bronze spoon, the bronze color, because there were many fallen trees in that lake. And the spoon got entangled and the fishing line cut off. So okay, I thought I lost my first spoon, bronze. I did not catch anything. This is a very entangling terrain underwater. And oh well, you know, I'm not gonna give up. I've got still a kit of spoons left. I'm gonna try different colors then. I put on the golden color and tried throwing the fishing rod with that golden spoon. So, guess what? I threw the spoon, I threw it over and over again, and nothing bit on my line, nothing. I caught absolutely nothing with the gold colored spoon. And eventually, I got so tired of throwing the same color in the water that I changed it again. And I changed the color to a silver color spoon, which I had no idea if it would change anything or not. But boy, did that color bring me a fish that I had never seen in person before. I threw that rod over and over again in the water, was walking around, nothing came on it. But then I was like, I'm gonna choose one spot and I'm gonna throw in that one spot over and over and over and over again. So I threw to there, nothing happened. Threw again, nothing happened. 10 times passed, threw in there, nothing happened. And then I'm gonna tell you what happened next. So I threw like my 17th time in the exact same spot with the silver spoon, and I felt a punch into the rod, like I was holding it in, something like smacked the rod. And at first there was no surprise on my face because I thought, you know, it probably got entangled or something, maybe hooked onto a rock. But there was a different kind of force that you can feel when something grabs onto the rod. So I just kept pulling the line. I thought, okay, the hook is entangled, maybe it will lift up, maybe I will lose the line, it will get cut off. But I started feeling a little bit of twinkling, like a force that is tingling up and down on the line. I thought, this feels different. What could this exactly be that I feel on my fishing line that I never felt before? And eventually I saw this fin come out of the water in a straight line. I was looking at disbelief. Is this really a fish? Did I finally catch my freaking fish? And it was going in a straight line, it wasn't moving. It looked like it was paralyzed. So it was a very interesting thing to see. I kept luring her in, and it was like the size, like this length and this fin. It was a pike fish. I don't know if you ever heard about it before, but pike fishes are like the main predators of the lakes and still water in the country I am from and in Europe mostly. Of course there are others, but this is a very well-known one. So I was very excited. I kept pulling it in, and I was very surprised that it did not fight back so much. It really surrendered pretty easy, like a little present coming to you. So I pulled it into the grass, and I thought, okay, it is not moving, it's gonna be easy, I'm just gonna pick it up. The size was legal, So I tried picking it up, and then it started to jump around. And I was like, whoa, so much freaking energy on this fish. How am I supposed to take it? Because the teeth were very sharp, like razor sharp. If you get your hand into that fish's mouth, it's gonna bleed. So I tried grabbing it like this, grabbing it like that, and eventually I got a hold of it. It was very slippery. It had this still water smell, like grassy smell. It's very unique smell that, you know, if you would go to the still water and smell the grass, you would get something similar, like the murkiness of the fish. You can smell it. A true still water fish that just got caught. I just freaking grabbed it. It did not surrender easy, but I grabbed it and I cut the line. Not the line, I took over the hook from the mouth. I was very careful to not get bitten. And I put it in my fisherman suit, like there was a belly pocket right here. So I trusted that that will hold it well. So of course, I did not fish anymore. This was a celebration for me, my first fish, and I did not care about anything else. I just ran to the car, not in a retreat, but in excitement that I'm taking this home. It is a legal fish. It is my first fish. And did I take a lot of time to catch it with a silver spoon? Not any other color, a silver spoon brought this fish to me. So, eventually I got home. I was alone because everybody was working. But I put it in the bath. I watched a video how to make fish fillet, like how to cut it out. So, the fish, of course, again, as soon as I put it in the bathtub, it woke up, started like jumping around, fighting, but I looked for a way to deliver an ethical strike so, it could just go to sleep, and it worked out pretty well. I skinned it, made the fillet from a fish's body, like it looked like the meat was only half of the body because the head was pretty huge and they had to remove a lot of the skin, but I got like this thickness and like this long fillet, like this. So I put it in my frying pan. I did not put any spices, nothing. I wanted to taste the true natural taste of a still water fish. And trust me, did I enjoy eating the first fish I ever caught in my life. The taste was murky, grassy, but the meat itself had no fat at all. It felt like that. It felt like it was a healthy meat to eat without any kind of fat. And, I just can't describe into words what it felt to eat a fish that I hunted down myself. That was a once in a lifetime experience, an opportunity to feel something like this, because the second fish is not gonna be the first one. And it's a fish, a predator, a pike. It hunts other fish, but you hunted it down yourself, the apex predator of that stillwater lake. Felt amazing. So that is my story about the first fish I ever caught. I wanted to tell you it while shaving your head so you could be a little more interested and curious about this whole process. So your head is shaven. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, wipe it up, and I'm gonna let you go. Hopefully, one day you will try fishing also. And get your first fish to enjoy. Because being in nature is worth it. Most people experience relaxation and peace in Mother's Nature arms as urbanization has become an everyday process. And sometimes we just look where we could get away to have a relaxation, vacation, and a time for ourselves or our families. So that's what I wanted to say. Hope you enjoyed this procedure. Shaving your head is always a unique focus requiring activity, and you come out different when you take care of your appearance and make sure you're keeping yourself up to date with the way you look and the way you feel. So thank you for coming by. Wish you the best in life, in everyday activities, in your self-feel. And never back down, keep moving forward, try something new if you can. Hobbies bring a peace to mind. Thank you all for watching, see you in the next time. And bye-bye for now.